Hello, everyone. I'm Ashley, your host of Life After an Ego Death, and today's special guest is Christine LaBonte. Hello.
Hi
I'm so
there.
I'm so happy to have you on the show, and I'm really excited to share how we navigate our spiritual journey and how we learn through our experiences in our body, trying to figure out, communication to our higher self and our spirit guides and everything. So I would love to just start off by how did it work for you? Was it body signals? Was it a voice instantly? Like, how long did it take? Yeah.
That's a whole loaded question. I think it started through all the meditating that I was doing every day, and I started listening to healing frequencies in 2022 to heal myself from many chronic conditions that they couldn't find any cure, or not cure for, but they couldn't find any significant name to name them. So they would just kind of say you have fibromyalgia, or I was dealing with migraines and chronic bladder issues. And so I started listening to healing frequencies, and that I think really helped tune in my consciousness, to
Mm-hmm.
my higher self. And when those moments started happening, it was really overwhelming for me. I would really feel my heart start beating really fast
Mm-hmm.
and feeling a whole surge of energy go through my body that at first I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking it was like an anxiety attack
It feels
until
that
I
way.
yeah, it does. Until I realized what was happening, that like, ooh, like this is, I'm calling
Yeah.
this in by asking
Yes.
myself questions every day of why this, why that, why this, why that.
And more
And
energy gets poured into you constantly
yeah,
after that. And it's intense.
yeah,
It's a really intense experience. And
so intense.
I'm glad you brought up the healing frequencies. Everyone listening, you guys need to be listening to energy fields, pure energy fields, healing
Hmm.
frequencies, subliminals, all that subconscious reprogramming. And also,
Absolutely.
it also helps you raise your consciousness, and in your awareness, you get to tap into higher realms. So everyone needs to be
Correct.
doing that. So I'm so
Right.
glad you brought that up because no one has brought that up yet. And that's something that really
I agree.
skyrocketed me and projected me
Me
into my
too.
spiritual journey. And like you said, that influx and surge of energy getting poured into your body and having to deal with
Right.
that it is really, I kind of felt like it was very transformative, but also
Very.
destructive at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I had no idea what was happening. I just thought my son, who was 19 at the time, introduced me to listening to sound healing frequencies because he had a friend that introduced him to them. And my son used to deal with severe anxiety and just a lot of issues that I saw
Mm-hmm.
within myself as I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to see a change in him that was really good. So I was interested in what
Mm-hmm.
he was doing. So he sent me some, and
I'm so
before I knew
glad.
it, like after a week or 2 weeks, like the pain was subsiding, and I was just kind of like, whoa, like something's going on here. But so I continued doing that, but the more I continued, and I felt like I started to get like obsessed with listening to them.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
no idea that I was opening up more channels and
Yes.
going to a higher consciousness. Like it was just like,
Yes.
whoa, it was a whole other
Me
thing for me to
too.
experience.
I kind of did get addicted to listening to it.
Mhm.
It feels
Mhm.
amazing. And
It
you know,
does. It does.
you don't really realize like how much work is being done inside of you
Mhm.
until
Mhm.
you feel the shift and experience a life change and you're like
Right.
you're living a whole new timeline as a whole new
Right.
self because of that transformation. It's so small, you think nothing of it, it's just music, right? But
Right. Right.
you you are exactly what you input. So whatever information you're inputting into your body, whatever entertainment, TV, music, anything that you're listening to, you are the output of that. So whatever you're
Correct.
eating, you know, if you're eating junk food, then, you know, you're going to be feeling really sluggish and awful, right? That goes the same thing
It's so true.
with listening. And when you spend, I think there's something about the subconscious mind where it's constantly receiving information, and you need to feed it good information. Because
Right.
if you're not feeding it good information, then you're going to be stuck with these negative thought loop patterns and negative
Mm,
emotions.
mm,
And that's what the healing frequencies kind of offset and change and do, where then you'll start thinking positively and feeling positive, which is great for
right.
you.
Right. And it helps tap into, for me, it helped tap into gifts and spiritual powers that I've had all
It
since my
awakens
childhood
them.
that
It
I didn't even
activates.
really, yeah, it did. It's just like I didn't even realize that that's what I had or that's what was doing. I
Mm-hmm.
was just, I don't know. I just always felt blessed and lucky. And if I, thought about something or wanted something, eventually I got it. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't even realize that that's what was happening. But
Yeah.
um, listening to the frequencies, it started. I was feeling better physically, but I noticed it started to bring up like a lot of memories. Like every day, I'd just
Mm-hmm.
start having a memory
Mm-hmm.
flashback of something or this or that. And before I knew it, it was, I was going through like every timeline of each age
Mm-hmm.
of every little bit of trauma that I experienced or something that made me feel a certain way that caused more anxiety or more self deprecation or
Mm-hmm.
negative thing. And I was able to look at each situation and realize that it wasn't me. It wasn't my fault. It had nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that also helped relieve the pain and stuff that I was from holding on to all that stuff for all those years. It was causing all the inner
Right.
turmoil and listening to the frequencies like the binaural beats or the Rife frequencies,
Mm-hmm.
the Rife for the pain, but the binaural really helped heal all that, So I'm trying to
Yeah.
help teach people about listening to frequencies. And it's like, I treat it as like going to the gym. It's something that I have to do for my mind every day by
Right.
listening to something or meditating. You have to reprogram that subconscious mind of what it's been thinking and feeling and living every day for your whole life.
And what I like about what you said is it's true. When you listen to these, all these flashbacks come up to the
Hmm.
surface. All the stuff that you've been kind of suppressing, locking up, and hiding
Right,
inside yourself, it comes up to the surface because it needs to be faced. And
right.
you also have to not only acknowledge it, but you have to process that emotion and kind
Mm,
of get rid of the charge of it. So it's like a negative charge and a negative density.
right, right.
And you have to, the darkness has to transmute into light, and that's why it's getting brought up.
Yeah, true. So true. So with that, throughout it's been since, well, my journey really started back in 2007 when I chose to leave my husband, um, and my kids were really small. My son was only 4 and my daughter was only 18 months old. But I knew at that time that there was something about myself that I needed to figure out. I just knew that he deserved someone that was 100% dedicated to him. And, but in the interim, I ended up hurting a really great person. But I know that it was a journey that I had to take. And I endured a lot of suffering and bad, wrong relationships during the 19 years that I've been divorced. But it was all life lessons. It was all lessons that I had to learn about my own patterns and my own beliefs and my own self-image that I really needed to work on and reprogram. So it's taken a long time, but it really had an uptick in um, 2015. I met a man that I say, like, I feel like I'm on, oh, I don't feel like, I know I'm on a twin flame journey of self healing. Um, I can hear an echo. I can hear my own voice. Are you there? Okay, so I'm going to just keep going.
Yeah, the
Um,
twin flame journey is I've gone through that too, so please
oh, yeah, it's
keep.
one of the hardest. Yeah.
It is.
So
It
it took
is.
me 5 years of dealing with that relationship, but it just showed me so much about myself. And at the time, so he broke up with me after like 9 months, and at the time I had just moved into a new apartment with my kids that I just couldn't, I didn't want to live there. It was just not a good time. And I felt like him breaking up with me was just like the last straw that just broke me. And it wasn't him hurting me, it was all the other relationships and all the other disappointments from family members or friends or everything through my life that was just hitting me. And I laid
Mm-hmm.
there in bed and I just cried and cried to like the depths of my soul. And I just begged God to show me his face in one form or another, just to let me know that I'm going to be okay. And that
Mm-hmm.
night, my grandmother, who was like an angel to me, she showed up in my dream and she was sitting in a church pew, and the church was all like foggy, and I just saw the back of her head sitting in the pew, and I was walking down the aisle and I got to the pew and I turned my head and she turned her head and she just looked at me and she held her two hands up to my face and was just that look of love. And it was just such a beautiful, beautiful moment that it really started me on the real awakening journey, because then that's when I started to really do the guided meditations and really start doing the inner work. But I still didn't realize what was happening at the time. And then from that point on in 2022, I had seen a ad or something on Facebook about the 222 portal, that on that date, it's you can manifest
Mm-hmm.
what you know, that whole thing. So I was like, oh my God, okay. So I went outside in my yard and I stood under this beautiful tree and I just looked up at the stars that I've been looking up at and talking to since I was a kid. And I was just really pouring it out and being like, okay, what would it feel like to feel no pain? What would it feel like to feel love and have that a relationship that I've always desired and wanted? Like, what would all that feel like? And I tried to put the feeling of it, but I didn't know what that would feel like because I've never had it. So I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to do that, and I clicked my heels together 3 times, and I said, "I want to go home. I want to go home." And if I went back inside and went to sleep. But from that point on, every month on the double mirror digit of each month, I would use each portal, and with each moon,
Mm-hmm.
full
Mm-hmm.
moon, new moon, I would do the
Mm-hmm.
journaling and it just
Ritual. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it just turned into this massive
Me
journey for
too.
myself.
I've done that
It's
too.
incredible. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? And
It really
I just
is.
realized I had to teach people that my purpose for going through all this is to help others
Mm-hmm.
find their own light and be able to navigate that through their body and to anchor in these
Mm-hmm.
new energies and
Mm-hmm.
um, things that are happening all around us. I feel like a lot of people right now are struggling because of the higher energies that are coming through and they don't
Right.
understand it. They don't even know what's happening.
Right.
So I try to teach people about meditating and listening to the frequencies. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm now guiding people through the meditations. I'll take them on a walk into the woods or on the beach and do a
Mm-hmm.
meditation with them there and just really help them find or activate that light
Mm-hmm.
within their own bodies. And
Mm-hmm.
it's been a powerful, powerful thing. But it's been taking a bit for me to put myself out there and feel comfortable with talking about my journey and all the stuff. For the longest time, I thought that I'd be looked at like I was weird or like losing my mind or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
But I really feel like things have changed because now when I talk about it with people, it's like they're really interested and
Mm-hmm.
they're open, they're looking, searching for something to show them the truth.
Mm-hmm. I'm really
Yeah,
glad that you came on here and shared your story. And you have to be really brave to come up here and do this.
thank you. I
And
was honest, to be honest, I thought of this just this morning. I was thinking of writing to you, like, can we reschedule? And I just got that little feeling in my stomach of like, or
mm-hmm.
hearing my higher self saying like, no, like you got to go through the uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
pieces. You got to do, just keep going, keep doing it. Even if this doesn't um,
Mm-hmm.
get played, it's still
Mm-hmm.
me putting myself through that uncomfortable
And
scariness.
and it changes you and it heals you,
It
and
does. It does.
it's amazing. For you know, like what it does when you change, when you speak your truth and share your story, it helps you really stand in your own power. It makes you more powerful. And
It does.
I mean, this is just a conversation between you and I, and we're just meeting each other and reflecting each other and just sharing. And all I'm doing is just recording it and sharing it for the for the universe to hear and for
It's
listeners to
beautiful.
hear. And
Hmm.
something like I'm scared too. Like I'm nervous too every single time. And I'm overwhelmed also. And I also think that too. I'm like, should I reschedule, right? Like I think about all that too. And I was like,
Oh, it's good to
I'm
know that.
I'm already in it. And like just today alone, I have 4 sessions scheduled for today, and I'm also doing a healing session on somebody. That's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah,
And
it is.
I'm like, can I do this? Do I have the capacity? Right? And I always get through it. It is hard, but
Hmm.
my angels are helping me. My spirit guides are
Me
helping me.
too.
They're working through me. And
Yep.
all I need to do is be in the present moment and be present with you and whoever I'm with every single time and not worry about what's next. Just be here.
Right.
And that's all I
Right.
need to do. And somehow that makes it easier for me, just one step at a time. And yeah, I'm able to get through. And also something that you brought up is that when you're on your journey, you become a teacher. And
Mm.
what you learn, you start teaching others. And you're forever the student, but that's the journey, is that people don't know how to tune into their body. People don't know how to meditate, you know?
Right. Right.
And
They
like
don't.
how you were talking about with the portals, like I wrote a book on the 888 portal,
You
and
did? Oh my God, that's amazing.
it was all a
Good for
download.
you.
That's how much, that's how intense the energies are. And
Hmm.
every
Hmm.
portal, like how you're saying, manifesting. And then I do a new moon ritual and I do a full moon ritual.
I love it. I love it.
I do all that too. And I actually taught a workshop to people on how to manifest, you know? And
Hmm.
it is so cool. It is so fun. And that was all within the beginning of my journey when I was starting to tap into my inner magic. And that is the theme today, that I got confirmation. I saw 4 ravens before my day started when I was just
Well,
grounding.
I read what you wrote. I'm not
Oh,
sure if
you
you wrote it
did?
yesterday, but about the ravens, and I was like, oh my God, I have to talk on this podcast because for the past year, um, one of my signs that I get every month about a week or like into like the like right about now, I will get a sign from, I used to say I get a sign from a crow or a raven. I don't know which it is, but they
Mm-hmm.
show up, they make themselves seen, and it's
Mm-hmm.
always right before I'm going to do something a little scary that's going to take me to the next step up.
Oh
And
my
yes,
gosh.
2 days ago, I was walking my dog up my street, and there's this big mansion like house, this old building that's at the top of my hill. It's like it doesn't even belong here, but it's there. And it's very like mystical looking, and these crows will show up around this house. And as I was walking by, one of them caught my eye, and then I heard the squawking, and I look, and there was three of them up in the tree. I've never seen them all like there at the same time. It's usually just one or two, but there was three, and the air got really quiet and still, like an eerie still, but it was just like, ooh. And then I felt this
Mm-hmm.
brush of wind around my skin, and it was just like, oh my God, this is such a sign right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. And as I
Mm-hmm.
walked back to my house, the light, there's a outside light on the building next to my house, and that always gives me a sign as well. And that was blinking. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. So when I read what you wrote about the crows and ravens, I'm like, yep, that's it. That's my sign that this podcast is meant to happen.
Oh wow, it's so amazing. Like wow, I'm just in shock. Like that's amazing that,
I
you know,
know.
our spirit guides communicated with each other and like you know
Right. I
the
love it.
angel
I love
message
it.
just it just happened and I shared it and then you're like that is your sign. I'm like, see that's so amazing that we are so connected, so aligned,
I know. I
and it
know.
really is meant to be. Wow.
This is exciting. Very
It
exciting.
is. It is. And we're both going through a transformation, you know, and
We are. We
we're
all are.
both getting to we're ending a cycle and starting a new one and it is uncomfortable and a lot of growing pains and but like you said, we are helping each other get
We
through
are.
get through
Yeah.
our next level. We are here to up
Yeah.
level each other and get to a higher version of ourselves, operating as our higher self. So
Mm.
that is, we're activating each other right now. We're
We
awakening each
are.
other right now.
Totally.
And also with the twin flame journey, the divine masculine activates like through powerful transformation on the divine feminine, and it is super
Hmm.
intense. And
It
the
is.
divine fem like all she does is radiate and soften them, and so it's a great feeling for them because they get into this, you know, whimsical state of love and softness. And
Hmm.
but for the girl it is like catastrophic, and
Right.
it
Right.
is an
Right.
intense energy. It's
Intense.
a lot to
Yes.
go through. And
Well, in 2019, I met a man who I feel is who I'm meant to be with, but he keeps running every time we get close. And there was 2 years that went by that there was no contact whatsoever. And then in 2000, New Year's Eve of 2022, going into 2023, he reached out, and I had said to him, because I was, as far as I knew back in 2019 when I met him, I was not going through an awakening. I was just me still dealing with all my issues. And
mhm.
so when he reached out in 2023, I said, I don't know if you know anyone that's gone through an awakening or not, but I am. I have, and whoever's going to be in my life is going to have to be open to that because it can get really weird at times.
Well, you
And
make
he wrote
them.
back, I'm open. And I was
Oh,
like, okay. Well, I don't think he realized what it was all about because
oh yeah.
it's still going on. We get together, we'll see each other, and it's like I show him my authentic self more and more,
Mhm.
and I'm not afraid. And
Mhm.
I know that he's on his own journey of awakening. There's no way that he could be spending time with me and not be awakening. It's just impossible right
Oh
now.
yeah, and he has to face those hidden parts of himself that you shine light on. All the
Yeah,
dark parts of
yeah,
himself, all of that is coming up, and he has to, you know,
correct.
be able to awaken himself further to meet you where you're at, because
Right.
you're not gonna go down to his level. You stand where you're
No.
at as a
Hmm.
lighthouse, and
Yeah,
he knows that you're there. So, and that's the journey too, to see if you guys will ever have union in the
I
physical.
know.
And
I have been able to get to the point of just surrendering to it, that
oh yeah.
whatever is meant to be will be, and it will not
Mm-hmm.
pass me by. And just let him, I've done what I can, just let him come to me and
Mm-hmm.
be in that receiving mode, and not, I stopped the chasing, stopped the all my patterns that I was doing, and now it's up to him.
What the divine feminine has to do is choose herself. That is what she needs to do at all times, and accept what comes in. The thing is, you're going to have so many. There's going to be so many divine masculines that are going to come in, and you don't know if they're ready for you or not, or if they're meant to be your divine counterpart. You don't know. So you just
Right.
have, so you just go with it, and
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. Whatever's
you
meant to
just
be will come.
keep going on your, keep
Right.
expanding, keep
Right.
sustaining, keep being your powerful self, and you'll attract everything and everyone. The universe will drop it in your lap. And yeah, I think that's kind of the struggle that a lot of people feel going through this, awakening journey, is that will you ever, find someone that is going to be able to have a life with you at that highest level?
Right. Right.
I'm with you. I'm right with you on it, girl.
We're getting through it together. I just think it's amazing how I'm noticing more and more of soul groups finding each other, coming
Mm-hmm.
together, and really helping each other, which is really,
Mm-hmm.
really cool. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
who I was listening to like 6 months ago. I was listening to a reading there by someone that I follow, and that they had said that, soul groups will be finding each other. They'll be coming together in small and large groups,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really been happening. Really
Yeah.
been happening.
And it's so incredible when you were talking about, well, the saying it to other people and not knowing if they were asleep or awake, and thinking that you're weird or crazy for the experiences and stuff. I'm like, I felt that too. And yeah, I just wanted this space where people can really, really talk about this and be like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. That we're
have
not alone. We're not alone.
yeah,
It's such a lonely feeling through in
yeah,
an awakening process, because you do feel like you're really navigating all this alone, but you're not. Your light is
yeah.
always with you. Your higher self is always with you, and
And something I noticed
yeah,
too is that when I released all the people that weren't right for me, I released all the wrong people in my life, then I made room, made space in myself and my environment for the right people to come in. So having that
mm,
shift, really, I started attracting my soul tribe when I
me
was,
too.
and I'm like, whoa, this was life changing. And like you said, all you have to do is express your authentic self.
Hmm. Just be authentic, which is so hard sometimes for people that
Yeah, it is hard. That's the highest
carry so
frequency that
much.
you could possibly be, right? That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so there's a
But it feels
chart
so
that
good when you.
it
So I love
does.
when I'm spending time with a friend or a family or whoever, and I'm being just my authentic self, and I see them start being their authentic self, and that's what would happen
Mhm.
with this man. That every time we'd
Mhm.
be together, I knew that he's experiencing something he's never felt before either, because I'm
Mhm.
experiencing something I've never felt before, because I'm being me with a man. You know what I mean? Instead of
Yeah.
having that mask on, or that image I would try to portray that wasn't really being my true self. And it's a
Mhm.
scary thing for people to experience when they've never really experienced that yet. So I would tell them each time, like, I get it, this is scary. And it's okay when
Mhm.
you run, because I integrate the experience.
Right.
The times that you're quiet is times that I need to go deeper within myself and not
Mhm.
take it personal anymore, and not think I did something wrong, because I know it's not me, it's you
Mhm.
and what you need to deal with. you know Sorry, but I'm just mirroring back to you what you need to figure out. And
Oh my gosh, I know. And I when I would say that to someone, they hated when I said that.
I
They're like,
I know it touches but it's like, sorry, you'll get it one of these days. You'll get it.
I love you. Oh my gosh. It's
I love you too. This is so cool.
Well, we're towards the end of our session, so if you have any final thoughts you want to share with the audience about anything to help them on their journey.
Just really give frequencies sound healing a try. And
Mm-hmm.
there's so many on YouTube. It's all free. You don't need to pay an app for it or anything. Just the key is to listen to it. And if you feel after like 10 minutes, it takes 10 minutes for your brain to synchronize with the sound. If it doesn't resonate with you, try something else and try a different creator. creators work. And meditation, it could be life changing. So when you're ready to take that chance and leap to learn about yourself and feel your authentic self, meet your authentic self, then it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
It is. And the person that shared with me all of these frequencies, I'm going to share them on this episode for everyone to make sure to listen to them, because what I didn't know is that what my friend told me is that some creators are not actually doing it purely and cleanly.
Correct.
So
yes, I tell people the same thing.
So, I mean, like you said, use your discernment. If it feels right in your heart, then okay. But yeah, so I didn't know that there's creators out there that are making bad
Yeah, they don't really know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of scary to learn. So anyway, that's why I'm going to share these very trusted sites on YouTube, so that you guys know that you're walking into divinity and source and light and goodness, and make sure that these sounds are clean and pure, because we need to be careful out there. So
Yeah, definitely. I have found, I'm going to give him a little plug, but I have found that Brian Scott on YouTube, his meditations, activations, initiations, that they've been so powerful for me. I actually went on one of his retreats in September, and it was life changing for me. I left there really stepping into my higher self, and it was like one big quantum leap, and it's amazing.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's so incredible.
So he's got amazing videos that I highly recommend.
Thank you. Well, you
You're
guys check that
welcome.
out. And I guess goodbye. See you on the next
Okay.
episode.
Yeah, it was so nice talking with you. Thank you.
Thank you.